Hey everybody, Jim here with another video for you. This is Favorite Summer Non-Franchise Releases, Volume 4. But before I begin, at the end of this video, if you like what you see, please consider giving me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, but most importantly, please leave comments below. Let me know what some of your favorite non-franchise summer release films are. Now, as I said, this is the fourth installment of this little series of videos I've been doing. I've been breaking it down by year, and I've been doing it 10 years at a time. The last video that we did covered the years 1995 through the years 2004. So this installment will cover the years 2005 through 2014. But before I begin, I want to remind everyone that tonight, Tuesday, the 17th of June, as I film this, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, will be the next live episode of Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim. Our very special episode will be Texas from Texas Hardcore. And we're going to be dealing with summer-released comedies or films that have to do, comedies that have to do with summertime. So hopefully you can tune in tonight or on replay and check that episode out if you would. You can find that live on Sean's channel at Movie Assault, or on the Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim channel at Talking Movies 2024. I will leave links to both of those channels as well as Texas's channel in the description below. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this video. We're going to start, like I said, with the year 2005, work our way down to 2014. And just to remind everybody the rules here, I picked a movie that has... It's a standalone film. It doesn't have any kind of franchise, sequels, reboots, reimaginings, anything along those lines. But there is one more bit of information I do need to mention before I begin. The last video, I screwed up again. One of the titles that I mentioned was The Cell from 2000. And it was brought to my attention that there is a direct-to-video sequel to the movie, which apparently has nothing to do with the movie or any of the people involved, but there was a sequel involved, and I had no idea. So thank you to the viewer who pointed that out to me. So hopefully I won't make any more mistakes, but we're going to start 2005. So the first one here was released on July 15th, 2005, and this one is Wedding Crashers, starring Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Christopher Walken, and the beautiful, beautiful Rachel McAdams, as well as Isla Fisher, who steals the movie as the psychotic redhead. I love this movie. I think it's one of the funniest comedies from the last 20 years, without a doubt. It's just hysterically funny. I've seen this movie several times, and every time I watch it, it brings me to tears with laughter. To me, Vince Vaughn has never been funnier than he is in this movie. And like I said, Isla Fisher, she steals this damn movie as the woman that Vince Vaughn gets hooked up with. She is just absolutely psychotic, off the rails, and hilarious. Another shout out needs to go out to Jane Seymour, who plays the mother-in-law, or the mother basically, of Rachel McAdams and Isla Fisher. And again, she is also absolutely hysterically funny in this film. 2006, released on August 4th of that year, is Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, starring Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Sacha Baron Cohen, and the late, great Michael Clark Duncan, among others. This one's directed by Adam McKay. And this movie's hilarious. I've gone on record before saying that I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan. I love Anchorman. I think Anchorman is just hysterically funny. And I also think this movie is also hysterically funny. I'm not a NASCAR fan. I don't watch racing in any way, shape, or form. Hated Days of Thunder. I think it's an overrated piece of shit. This movie is hilarious, and it spoofs that whole culture and Days of Thunder so well. John C. Reilly is hysterically funny in this movie, as is Sacha Baron Cohen. Even if you're not a Will Ferrell fan, give this movie a chance. It's very funny. From 2007, now this one is probably the most underseen and underrated film on the list, but this one's great. Released on June 1st, 2007, Mr. Brooks. Starring Kevin Costner, Demi Moore, Dane Cook, and the late, great William Hurt, among others. This is a really, really cool movie. This one is directed by Bruce Evans, and this is a dark comedy thriller. It's the only way to describe it. And the hook on this is that Costner is a serial killer with a split personality. Not so much a split personality, but an imaginary friend played by William Hurt, who kind of like talks to him throughout the movie. And while he's performing one of his deeds, he gets spied upon by Dane Cook, who is a voyeur, peeping Tom. And instead of going to the police, Dane Cook decides to try to blackmail Costner. I don't want to go too far into the plot, because one of the wonderful things about this movie is all the turns and twists that it takes. But like I said, it's a serial killer movie, but it's not a horror movie. It's a thriller, but it's not suspenseful. It's just its own thing, and it's very darkly comedic in tone. And Costner and William Hurt play off each other brilliantly. If you've never seen Mr. Brooks, give this movie a try. This might be my favorite movie on the list, of this list anyways, from 2008, June 27th, 2008. The wonder that is WALL-E. I love, 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 love this movie. Hey, did I mention I love this movie? This has now become my favorite animated film. And it's a beautiful film. It's hilarious. It's heartwarming. It's sweet. It's funny. It's intelligent. It's silly. It's all of the above. I cannot express how much I love this film. Then we go from one sci-fi end of the spectrum to the other. 2009, August 14th, 2009. Neil Blomkamp's introduction to the world with District 9. This movie's awesome. I love this movie. Starring Sharlto Copley, which this was definitely the first movie I ever saw him in. And this movie not only is a great science fiction film, it's a great parable about apartheid. It's just an awesome movie. I was kind of hoping that they were going to do a follow-up to this, but the way that this movie ends is just fine. It's just a fantastic film. Now, this guy has not really lived up to the promise since this film. He's been kind of hit and miss. I know his last film that he did had a lot of fans. I did not see it, but God knows Chappie is just god-awful. So I'm assuming anything that he put out after that is good. But as it is, District 9 is definitely his high point, and it's a fantastic, fantastic film. 2010, another fantastic science fiction film and thriller from Christopher Nolan, released on July 16th of that year, Inception. Starring an all-star cast of Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ken Watanabe, Cillian Murphy, Michael Caine, Tom Hardy. It just goes on and on. Elliot Page. It's just a fantastic, fantastic cast, and this is a great film. This is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films. Love that lenticular cover. And I saw this theatrically. As I said, this movie came out in July, but it was a big hit. And I actually saw it in August of that year on a day that it was about 100 degrees, and I just needed to get out of the heat. And I went in to see this because I knew it was a long movie and this and that and the other. And even if I wasn't just happy to be in a nice, cool auditorium for 2 hours, I would have loved every frame of this movie, and I still do. It's just a fantastic mindfuck of a movie. I love this movie. Now, the next 2 years, 2011 to 2012, there's some great summer releases, but most of them, the overwhelming majority of them, either have been rebooted, have a sequel, have been redone, or are part of a franchise, or I don't own them. So the next 2 titles I do like, but I don't love either one of them. So when you see these, don't kill me in the comments, okay? I was working with what I had to work with in those 2 years. So we're at 2011, August 5th of 2011. I'm talking about The Change Up, starring Ryan Reynolds, Jason Bateman, and what the hell is her name? I always forget her name. Right there, the blonde, Leslie Mann. I'm sorry, Leslie Mann, and Olivia Wilde's in this as well. Now, like I said, this movie is not great. Okay, it's more or less just a sex version of Freaky Friday. You know, raunchier version of Freaky Friday. These two are best friends. They're drunk one night. They're taking a piss and a wishing well, and they say, "Man, I wish I had your life." No, I wish I had your life. And then they wake up in each other's bodies, and hilarity ensues. This movie's not great, but it is funny, and it's mainly because of these two guys and Leslie Mann. She's great in this movie as well. But I gotta admit, the chemistry that between Bateman and Ryan Reynolds is pretty damn funny. So, again, I would recommend this movie, but I wouldn't say, oh God, this is like one of the best movies ever, because it's not. Same thing with this one. 2012, July 6th of 2012, from director Oliver Stone, Savages. And again, killer cast in this movie. Taylor Kitsch, Blake Lively, Aaron Johnson, John Travolta, Benicio del Toro, Salma Hayek. I mean, it's a solid cast. And it's a solid movie. It's not a bad movie at all, but it's not a great movie either. It could have been. It could have been a fantastic movie, but it's not. It misses the mark. But as it is very entertaining. The performances are good, and Del Toro is like unbelievably creepy in this movie. So again, it's a movie I would recommend, but it's certainly not one of Oliver Stone's best. But we are going to finish this video strong with the next two. From 2013, August 23rd of 2013, actually. And this was my birthday movie that year, because I saw it the second year it was out. You're Next. Directed by Adam Wingard and starring Barbara Crampton, who I've been in love with for 40 years from Reanimator, of course, and Sharni Vincent, who might be one of my favorite final girls of all time. This is a home invasion thriller. You've seen this plot a million times, but this one does have a couple of nice twists in it, and finally there's a final girl who's worthy of the task, because she's got a hidden past that she doesn't let known until halfway through the movie, and it just changes everything from that point on. Again, if you've never seen You're Next, hunt this movie down. It has gained somewhat of a cult following, and Adam Wingard went on to direct the Godzilla movies. I mean, this was definitely a stepping stone for him, but this movie's fantastic. It is unbelievably entertaining, and like I said, Sharni Vincent is awesome and as the final girl in this movie. We're going to end it on this one. From 2014, June 6th, 2014, Edge of Tomorrow, directed by Doug Liman and starring Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt, and the late, great Bill Paxton. What can I say about this movie? Anybody who's been following my channel knows I adore this movie. This is my favorite Tom Cruise movie that I own. It's my favorite Doug Liman movie. It's my favorite Emily Blunt movie. It's one of my favorite science fiction movies, period. It is just an awesome, awesome, awesome time. It's Groundhog Day mixed with Starship Troopers. It's the best way I could describe this movie. But it is so much fun. And anybody out there who does not like Tom Cruise, and that's the reason why they didn't see this movie, I would still say, watch this movie. Because if you don't like Tom Cruise, this is the perfect movie for you. You get to watch him get killed over and over and over and over. And it's just hilarious, good fun. I cannot recommend this movie enough. So please, if you haven't seen it already, get this movie right away. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe. Most importantly, leave those comments below. Let me know how you feel about these picks. Let me know what some of your picks would be for these years. And again, I want to remind everybody, please join us tonight either on Sean's channel at Movie Assault or on the Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim channel at Talking Movies 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, when we're going to be discussing some of our favorite summer comedies with our good friend Texas from Texas Hardcore. I'm going to leave the links to all those below in the description. So again, if you get a chance, jump on into the chat and engage with us, and let's just have a good time tonight. I hope everybody's having a great day. We'll catch you on the next one.